Having said that, I think as we start moving out, the threats are changing, revenue streams are developing, but along that, as the growth comes in, it's coming with fresh set of problems, largely, like he rightly said, the internet, and the way the internet is going to grow, leapfrog actually, with the next few years, thanks to the government's national broadband policy. We've been kind of advocating there for very strong technological protection measures because we want the networks to be strong and safe. On an average, within the first 2.15 days, a report has shown that 100% of the movies are available online. So you can imagine when it's out in 2.15 days, the opening weekend, which is so all important for us in this business. And I've been a producer, he knows, Babu knows me for a long time. I've been a distributor and producer for a long time. I understand the importance of the opening weekend much better than a lot of people. And if it's going to be out on the net in 2.15 days, you can imagine what it's going to do to us. And yet, the big growth is yet to come. So we've been actually, advocating with the government to have strong technological protection measures as the national broadband policy rolls out. On the other side is 90% of all the problem is camcording in cinema halls. The piracy starts there, and that's the biggest problem which we've seen. A lot of the theaters claim to be, having adequate security measures to stop this, but in most cases we found that it's lacking.
It's a very significant one. This is something that we have been trying to achieve across the world, and in particular in Asia Pacific. We are very proud to be a part of this alliance, and we hope to see more such alliances develop not only in India but also in other parts of Asia Pacific. We hope that through this alliance we'll be able to do more, not only in terms of content protection but also in terms of outreach and education, because it's all about getting to the movie lovers, to get them to understand and appreciate the blood, sweat and tears involved in making a movie, in putting that entertainment on the screen. Many people don't realize that that's a lot of effort, and there are many lives involved, livelihoods involved. People like ourselves, all of you here, the people behind the scenes whose lives depend on the creative process. So again, I thank you for the opportunity to be here.
In India last week, and I had to go back and couldn't be here today. I'm very pleased to be part of this event. And I think the video and the presentation says it all. It's really not a victimless crime, and it's not just a crime that affects people that walk the red carpet. It affects tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that owe their livelihood to this great industry that's important not only to our companies from the United States, but certainly important to all of the film companies that operate and produce some great films here in India. The AP is really setting an example for others to follow. And this is something that we hope to see, as Ed said, everywhere around the world. This kind of enthusiasm, this kind of effort, this kind of support for educating the public about what is a serious crime and does often lead to other crimes and even to terrorism, as you had said. So thanks again for this effort, and the MPA is certainly thrilled to be part of signing this memo of understanding.
Thank you so much.
That clearly echoes and reinforces the ongoing collaboration between our two governments to fight crime, to promote commerce, and to encourage the protection of intellectual property. So I applaud the effort of the MPA and the APFCC to take steps to fight piracy together.
I think there are all types of crimes in society. It requires all agencies to fight it out. You have the law-making body, the one which executes the law enforcement, like police or other various organs of the government, and you also have the prosecution, the judiciary. From time to time, the concentration on different aspects of crime keeps changing. We had, for example, in Andhra Pradesh, at one point of time, the Naxal menace was so high, we had to really consider that creation of greyhounds, strengthening of the intelligence branch, and today Andhra Pradesh is one of the least affected states in the country. Similarly, I think a time has come for us to talk about the video piracy, the protection of intellectual property that is required. If you look at it, we find, analyze the crime, it is just not stealing of money, but this money, where is it landing? It's being used, it's a big network. It goes into drugs, it goes into the anti-terror activities against the country, thereby destabilizing the very integrity of different nations. I think what Catherine was speaking about, I think is wonderful that two non-governmental organizations are coming together. And this gives us a greater feeling that we can fight this crime, all of us put together. And someone talked about amending the law. I think amendment of law is definitely may be called for. Apart from that, the much more effort required in executing it. Also, the different agencies. Like I told you at one point, we, like the Nexel, we never bothered about the human trafficking. For the past 3 years, 2-3 years, we're working on this anti-human trafficking drive, rescuing women who are forced into prostitution. And looking at that woman not as an accused or a criminal, but as a victim. I think that also, the perception, how we look at a person is also very important. Different ways, crimes has taken different dimensions. At this point of time, fighting this video piracy, looking at the figures is mind-boggling. We talk about 400 crores only on the internet and about maybe another 700-800 crores.
ఫిల్మ్ ఛాంబర్ చేస్తున్న ఈ ప్రయత్నాలు కొన్ని సంవత్సరాల నుంచి చాలా గట్టిగా చేస్తున్నా ఈ సంవత్సరం కొన్ని మంచి పరిణామాలు జరిగినట్టుగా చెప్పాలి. ఎందుకంటే ఇటువంటి ప్రాబ్లంని సరిగ్గా అర్థం చేసుకున్న రమణమూర్తి గారు ఆ చోట్లో ఉండడం, అదే సంవత్సరంలో మనకి ఎంపీఏకిను మనకి ఒక అగ్రిమెంట్ జరగడం, ఈ అగ్రిమెంట్ ద్వారా ఇంటర్నెట్ పైరసీ అనే దాన్ని మనం హ్యాండిల్ చేయడం చాలా కష్టతరం అవుతుంది. ఎంత పోలీసులు సహాయం చేసినా కొంతవరకే మనకి ఉపయోగపడుతుంది కనుక ఇప్పుడు ఎంపీఏ వారు కూడా మనతో కలిసిన తర్వాత ఈ ప్రాబ్లంని ఇంకెంత బెటర్గా సాల్వ్ చేయొచ్చు అనేది మనం ఫ్యూచర్లో చూడబోతాము. దీనికి ప్రభుత్వం కోఆపరేషన్ కూడా చాలా ఉంది. అందువల్ల త్వరలో మీరు చూస్తున్నారు కదా, మన డబ్బులు 100 కోట్ల రూపాయలు ఈ పైరసీ వల్ల మన ఇండస్ట్రీకి తిరిగి చేరకుండా పోతున్నాయి. చాలామంది ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ కూడా కోల్పోతున్నారు. అందువల్ల ఇది తప్పనిసరిగా దీన్ని అరికట్టవలసిన అవసరం మన ఇండస్ట్రీకే కాక, సొసైటీకే కాక, ప్రభుత్వానికే కాకుండా ఇటువంటి అసోసియేషన్స్ కూడా వచ్చి కలిసి దీనికి తోడుగా కష్టపడి దీన్ని అరికట్టడం అనేది చాలా సంతోషించకరమైన విషయం. ఇందులో ఎంపీఓ వారికి, మన యుఎస్ ప్రభుత్వం వారికి, వీళ్ళందరికీ కృతజ్ఞత తెలుపుతూ పోలీసు వారికి, ఈ ప్రయత్నాలన్నీ చేసిన రాజకుమారికి కూడా నేను ప్రత్యేక అభినందనలు తెలియజేస్తాను.